Okay, so we are back with the Hunter Call of the Wild, episode number 22. I'm the gray-haired gamer, your host, and with me, as always, is Gunner, the Wonder Dog. Now, yesterday we took our first bow hunt, and we did have some success there, but there's a couple little things I want to try to tweak. The one big drawback or disadvantage or problem we were having with the bow yesterday was the no magnification in the sights. So it was very difficult to get some of the kills when they were further than like 30-40 meters away. We had a very, very small sight picture. So we're going to change things up a little bit today. We're going to swap out the bow for the crossbow, because that we do have a 1-to-5 power scope that we can put on that. We did make a little bit of money yesterday, so we can afford to buy some not arrows, but we will buy bolts for that. So let's go down here to our bows. Now we do have a choice. It's basically just totally cosmetic. Do we want the camouflage? We want brown. We want reddish, or do we want white? We'll go ahead and take the camouflage. Now you can see this is going to have more recoil than our bow did, but it also has a much higher draw weight, so it is going to have a lot more put down. So let's see the comparable items. Now yesterday we took the 420s. Again, that was a very wide range, 2 to 7 class animals, which will include our white-tailed deer, our Bighorn Sheep, even some of the smaller animals. So we're going to take the cheapest ones, and we're going to buy a couple of them. We'll buy 30 or 40. Okay, 40 should do. And now let's go into storage and get ourselves set up. We were going to change one other thing as well. So now we're going to switch over to our crossbow. So we don't need the arrows anymore. Again, they only work with the bows. And we're going to take the bolts. Yeah, you always want to make sure you're getting the right ammo there. One thing we forgot is the bow sights. Okay, we were using the rangefinder sight with 0 magnification one time, but we're going to go down here and take this crossbow scope that has 1-to-5 power magnification. Now we will be losing the rangefinder and the adjustment that the bright sight rangefinder had, but we will still have our short, medium, and long range zeroing perk active. Again, that's active on all your weapons, not just a rifle, even though we spent a rifle skill point to get that. And one other thing we're going to change. Okay, we are not packing a tent, so let's see if we can carry a tripod. Arctic conifer timber. I think this is all cosmetic. I don't think it will. Okay, and yes, we can carry a tripod. Now that will give us all the same benefits that we had in yesterday's hunt, sitting in a tree stand. We just have to set it up and take it down, but we can carry that around with us, and it is not permanent. We can move it whenever we like, as many times as we would like. Okay, so we're going to take that and put that between our calls and our first aid kit, because we don't want to be selecting this just accidentally as we're going through. Okay, so now we have our M1 with our polymer tips in spot 1. We have our rangefinder binoculars in slot 2, and now we have our crossbow in slot 3. Okay, so now let's take a look at that here. You can see it will take a moment. Okay, so now we have also 10 meter short range, 50 meter long range, 30 meter medium range, and that is going to be that center dot. You see there's 3 dots there. The upper dot will be for shorter ranges because you have to aim down, and longer ranges will be the bottom one where you have to aim a little higher. Now that is going to be based on the 0 that we have. So like our long range is 50 meters. So the middle will be 50 meters. The short will be probably 40 meters. And the upper will be like 60 or 70 meters. So you have to keep that in mind while aiming with the crossbow. But now you can see we can really zoom in there, and we will be able to get a good sight picture, unlike what we had yesterday with the bow. Now let's take a look at our map. We did build up a little bit of hunting pressure, but not nearly what we did before, and that was the benefit of using that tree stand in combination with the bow. We did shoot a couple deer there from the tree stand with our rifle, but still we got partial bonus, a partial reduction in hunting pressure by being in the tree stand. Today we want to go and we want to do a little more scouting. We did get 1, 2, 3 decent areas, but we want to continue, and I think we want to go down, and this looks like it's a bit rough. We also have this one over here. Okay, well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to jump to this hunting outpost, and we're going to jump on a 4-wheeler, and we will go from there. Now we should be early enough in the day yet. I think we ended right at the end of whitetail drink time yesterday, so it should put us about 11:30, 12 o'clock game time. We'll see. Yeah, 11 o'clock. Okay, but like I said before, just because drink zone time is over for the whitetail does not mean that the zones will disappear. They will still be there. We will still be able to discover them. And that is the big thing that we want right now. Okay, let's grab our 4-wheeler. There we go. And let's set us a waypoint out here. We just want to cruise on down the road. As we mentioned before, the 4-wheelers can be noisy. So if you are listening on headphones, please, you may want to turn your volume down just a little bit while we're on here. So with that warning, I think you've had enough time to find the volume button. So let's go. The gunner will follow along right behind us. Let's go find us some more zones. so we made it to, oh, almost. There we go. We made it to our first waypoint, and we found a zone right here. This looks like probably maybe rabbit. No, this is for the ringnecks. Okay, good deal. And so let's check our map again. All right, we're gonna at least go down to here to this lake. But I think we want to check out this lake down here first. So we're going to go all the way to the end of the road, 1.5 kilometers. Thanks to our buddy the quad here, we should be down there in just a few moments. Again, with the four-wheeler, you can go off-roading with them. But you get thrown around quite a bit. You cannot maintain the speed like you do on the roadways or the trails, and you can take damage running into trees, running into rocks, and will eventually hurt you or hurt the four-wheeler. It will start to smoke, and then eventually, if it keeps taking damage, will explode. So we have some grouse right there. We found their zone, so we know we can come back here. And if you go off like a cliff or something like that on the four-wheeler, yes, you will most assuredly die. Or I guess they don't call it dying in this game, they call it being knocked out. Okay, so we can see the one, oh, and there's turkey right there. Here's the one lake we saw on our map. We can check that out on our way back through. And here is the, I think this is the lake we wanted. No, I think it is still part of the same lake, yes. See, the lakes out here, while the water is condensed into these lakes, they are a pretty good size. They're pretty large. Yes, we do spook like everything. When we're out here on the four-wheeler, it will spook things up to like 300 meters away, which is kind of a bummer, you know, spooking everybody. But as we saw yesterday, the animals very, very quickly come back, especially to the zones, and especially if it's during that zone's active time. We may even luck out and find another hunting reserve up here. That would be great to have hunting outposts right next to the lakes in our zones. That is always a bonus for the fast travel, so that we don't have to walk everywhere or ride this noisy four-wheeler. We only have to go there one time, and then we can fast travel after that. Okay, let's take a look at our map here again. Okay, see now here it's doing that thing again where it shows as if we've explored something. So that is probably sure sign of a hunting outpost up here. And there just went something running. Looked like very small, like a coyote. Yeah, so here we go. So we can drop our four-wheeler off right here. Okay, so we will go on foot from here on down to the edge of this lake and see what we can find. Oh man, there's deer right there. Okay, let's get our... That looked like a mule deer. It looked a little darker in color than our whitetail that we were seeing the other day. You're not going to walk on out of there? No? And we are directly downwind of that creature. But we'll take a look and see if we can get us a kill. Now, even though this is a crossbow, we were using a compound bow yesterday, this will still get us experience in our archery weapons, in that class of weapons. Just like with the rifles, you can use anything from the air rifle, 22 rifle, all the way up to the big boys like the 300 Magnums, and it all counts for experience as rifle experience. Okay, we should be moving out of the way of the reserves, get rid of that crazy music. While it's cool, it's really annoying. And it looks like this is the tracks of that, what we just saw. Say, I'm gonna guess it's a mule deer. And yes, it was. You can see 70 to 105 kilograms. And that was considered like a bronze. So you can tell that they are a bit bigger than our whitetail. So we are going to stick to the road here, just to have that little bit less noise. I mean, we're still making a lot of noise. Obviously, we're running, but at least it's not as if we're running through the middle of trees or bushes. Yeah, you can tell. See this lake? They are all very different, the lakes, and have like their own character, their own terrain, their own like little biome. The last lake we were at was a combination of open fields and wooded areas. Another lake we were at was heavily wooded with a lot of underbrush. So each one is a bit different, has its own feel to it. Okay, looks like we got us a zone right here. Rio Grande turkey. That'll be excellent to know when we want to come get some points in our shotgun. But right now our shotgun, we only have that buckshot, so we will... Where did that come from? We will not get our full benefit shooting turkey with buckshot. Okay, while we're sitting here, I know we're kind of sitting out in the open, but that's alright. I want to check our wildlife and our codex, and let's check out the mule deer real quick and see if there's maybe a call we can use on them. Maybe we can get lucky and our whitetail call will work. Mule deer scent, doe, bleat collar. Okay, so our bleat collar will work on them just like the whitetail. And there was something else I wanted to check. It was from yesterday. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's try our bleat collar. We're sitting out here in the middle of wide open space, but you never know. We're also going to be testing out a theory today that when the game first came out, that whenever you set up a tent or fast travel to a tent, or set up a tripod, that it would spook the animals around you. I don't know if that is still the case, so we're gonna try it out. If we get up here, and that's turkey. If we get up here and see some deer, we'll try putting up our tripod real quick and see what happens. Okay, the wind is not at the best situation here, but at least it's off to the side, so we can live with that. Now with this underbrush, it's going to make it tough for us to see, but if we can throw a tripod up in here and get up above some of this underbrush, I think that'll really help us out. And we want to keep scanning the far shore as well, because if we find animals and spot them, if they are in a zone, it will let us discover that zone as if we walked over there and found it. Yeah, a lot of this is a lot rougher terrain than what we've seen at some of the other lakes. Oh, that is Bighorn Sheep, huh? Okay. That was what I wanted to check, if there is a call for Bighorn Sheep. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, back to our wildlife. Bighorn Sheep. No, there is no call. Recommended equipment, just class 4 animal or ammo. If there were a call or something like that, a scent that works on these guys, that would have been listed there. Now, even though we are on the ground and not in a stand, if we use our crossbow or compound bow, traditional bow, whatever, we will still do reduced hunting pressure compared to a rifle. That it's when you combine the benefits of a stand or a tripod, you combine that with a bow, then you get the maximum reduction in your hunting pressure when you make the kills. So our average, we're able to look here. Well, guess it varies. Like I said, now we have this crossbow with the zoom sight. We gain a zoom, but we lose the rangefinder. So we have to be careful in making sure that our range is set correctly, our zeroing set correctly. And we're not really seeing much anything down here. So we're going to stay on our mission, which is a scouting mission. There's a sounded like turkey or something flopping. That is a pile of scat. What do we have running through up here? This is our Bighorn Sheep. We haven't gone in on any purposeful hunts specifically for bighorn sheep yet. We haven't just run across a few, and we managed to get a few kills. And we have discovered a zone. I know at least one zone for them. But as we discover some more places that we know they're going to be, we can go on a bighorn sheep hunt too. When you get some of those big ones, those golds, diamonds, obviously, they have some very big and very impressive looking racks. They are beauties. Okay, we're not really seeing too much of anything here. Not seeing any markings for the zones. So let's keep on moving. There's more lakes we can check out if this one turns out to be a bust. Said we can know two things. We can know not to come back here anymore. Eliminate it from a routine, and we know to spend our time elsewhere. We can be scouting another lake. Yeah, you can see this is a lot rougher terrain than what we've encountered before. So even though they're not really sheer cliffs, we don't have to worry about dying, I don't think, falling off a cliff. You still want to be careful. You can still slide down. There's some spots that can make it very difficult to climb up. Okay, here we got mule deer tracks. Still not seeing any animals. Now there are some beautiful, beautiful spots, like up here. And that's mule deer there. Okay. Yeah, they're on down in front of us. But you could set up a tripod up here and hunt basically like this whole half of the lake, especially with a rifle. But if there's no zones, then it's not really worth it. Yeah, what do we got here? That's mule deer. 121 meters. Now, and he is a tier 4. Now, our top range for the crossbow is only 50. Okay, gunner, sit. So we can switch over to our rifle. We can risk a bit of hunting pressure here. We're not seeing any zones. We're not really planning on coming back here unless we do find some zones. So we can take the hunting pressure that we'll get by being on the ground. Okay, it's 100 meters. We will take 75 meters and then aim just a hair high. See how we did. 75 to 100. Did we miss? we may have missed. He is not dropping at all. That's a bummer. He was listed as a possible diamond. Yeah, we missed him completely. Huh. Okay. Now here we want to be a little careful. But even in like this area here, if you set like your tripod right there, you can have some very, very commanding views, some very beautiful areas to hunt. But if there's no zones and you're just hoping that an animal comes by, it's not a good use of your resources, your gear, or your time. See, now here's a zone. Here's something. This is probably the mule deer. This is probably where he was hanging out. No, it is turkey. So still, we haven't found what we're looking for. We're looking for whitetail. Now we don't want to be too hasty and skip over some areas, so we are going to check out here real quick. I mean, we checked with the glasses, but sometimes you have to be within a certain distance for these zone markers to appear to be visible. Okay, and apparently not. Okay, let's keep on going. We'll either find some good zones or we won't. But we gotta do the running. Now that mule deer, it said he was traveling, so he is in between zones. So odds are he will not be back, because obviously we haven't found a zone here for him to be going to. That is jackrabbit poop. That was our turkey zone there, to the left, right there. What do we have here? Turkey footprints. More mule deer footprints. And I do have to say that some of these lakes, they have either been, there's been no real happy medium. We've either found lakes that were just incredible and had tons of animals around, or we found lakes that had nothing, We do have the second lake here that we passed on our way in. That if this place turns out to be a bust, like it has been so far, we can go scout that lake. Okay, there's coyote tracks. Now our crossbow, those 400 grain arrows, well, the arrows that we used yesterday, and as well the 400 grain bolts that we're now using with our crossbow, they are both rated for classes 2 to 7, which that would include all the way down to our coyotes, red fox, jackals on Africa, as well as our mid-range animals, our white-tailed deer, our mule deer, black bear, and even some of the bigger ones. I think moose is still even considered a 7. Now with this kind of terrain here, I don't believe we can set a tripod on it. But let's try and take a look and see what we can see. Okay, here's our tripod. And we do it just like the tent. We have to wait for it to be clear. You can see this is all red. So it does not like being set on a hillside. And then we place it. And when we want to, we go to the base and there will be like a little case or something where we can disassemble it and pack it back up. But yeah, it does not like to be put on this cliffside. The tents also, if you caught those episodes where we gave the tutorial on the tent on Layton Lakes, they can be a little touchy where you can set them up as well. Yeah, so we're tracking coyotes here. We know our M1 is 4 to 7, I believe, is the animal class range. So we cannot, well, we can shoot whatever we want. We can shoot a coyote with our M1, but we will not get our full benefits because that is definitely improper ammo. But the crossbow we can use. They said that's 2 to 7, big difference. Okay, and it does look like we are we're getting skunked here at this lake. We're finding some trails, but we're not finding any zones. Well, we found a zone or two, but nothing what we were looking for. Like here, we could set up our tripod down on this little stretch of beach and shoot probably 75% of this lake would be in range of like our M1, but with no zones around, and it's kind of pointless. To have the best hunts, you got to be where the animals are, not where you hope they are. Yeah, we are not finding anything. As I said, we were setting up for a whitetail grind in the future. We did find 3. I want to go up here a moment. I want to see if we can find our way up to here. We did find us a couple decent spots for whitetail where we know there's zones, and we've made some kills, but we want to have a couple more if we can. See, now here we're getting into some difficult terrain to climb. Sometimes you need to switch back and forth. Sometimes jumping will help a bit, but we may have a hard time getting up to the top of this. Yeah, we are. We're going to have a very tough time getting up on top of here. And we can try going up this draw, this little bit of a ravine. But we have no guarantee of getting up here. Yeah, see, sometimes switching back and forth a little bit does help. still, it's pretty darn difficult. And we risk sliding back down if we go over there too far. Yeah, we're pretty much stuck. Okay. Now we need to be careful going down here as well. There, we slid. And you can take some damage that way. Ooh, here's another one. We have to be careful. Usually if you just go a little at a time, little falls won't hurt you. Sliding really doesn't hurt you. It's the falling. But yeah, we're way past that. Man, that's a bummer. I was hoping to get up there. So it's looking like we got skunked here at this lake. We found a turkey zone. Rio Grande turkey and Rio Grande turkey. Yeah, it's the only zones we found around that lake. We did see a mule deer. He might have been up here at this lake as well. But I think if we're going to hit that lake, then we're going to take the four-wheeler on and go the roadway and come down on the other side. It also looks rather rough terrain. It's okay. Now we know not to come back to this lake. And again, this just shows that there doesn't really seem to be a happy medium. You either find lakes that are loaded with animals and loaded with zones, or you get squat. And unfortunately, this one we got squat. So we want to head back up the roadway and try to scout out this place. That is a bit of a haul. We could run up and get the four-wheeler again, but by the time we do all that, we will be most of the way there. And we will also spook everything with the four-wheeler. Okay, there's something. Bunny rabbit. One little trick that I do, and I found out, it took the DLC content to do it, but when you start off with pistols, it can be very difficult to get points and get kills for them, because the like the size of the weapon and the penetration of the ammo on the starter pistols they're very underpowered. Like you get like a 357 and I believe a 44, but the ammo is so underpowered. When you try to take that against deer or even moose, you are not very likely to get a kill. So it can be very hard to get the pistol score and get the cooler pistols. Like there's that 454 Rhino. Oh, that pistol is the shit. Especially when you get the... Excuse me one moment. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to take a quick little drink. But when you get that 454 unlocked, especially with the scope, the pistol scope, and yes, that is the thing, they do make them. Man, you get that thing unlocked, you can waste just about everything in the game. I mean, you can kill moose, you can kill the buffalo, you can kill wolves, you can kill a lot of big animals with that pistol. But getting there and getting it unlocked, yeah, that can be twitchy. So my trick like I said, I used some DLC weapons to do it, is that you can get a 22 pistol, a little pea shooter. And while you're not going to hunt deer and moose and things like that with the 22, you can go out and pop rabbits, you can pop grouse, you can pop these ringneck, you can pop turkey, coyotes. Now coyotes probably take a couple shots, but you can hunt those small animals and pretty much be guaranteed a kill. Where with the 357, the other starter pistol, you're not guaranteed a kill like at all. So what I did is I took the 22, I would carry it with me. It was smaller and lighter than carrying a shotgun. And I did get one, I had like a red dot sight I think for it. And I would go out and pop bunnies and pop all those little creatures. And that built my pistol score up very, very quickly. There is a 22 rifle, but, you know, obviously it's a rifle. It's not going to help you out with your pistol score. And because when I was playing Leighton at that time, I was just finding bunny zones everywhere. And like I barely used the shotgun, so I didn't have any birdshot unlocked for anything. So it was taking me forever to get points and things. So I switched over to that 22 pistol. Another bonus, it's semi-automatic, 10-round clip. It is one of the biggest clips in the game. So you see a bunny out there, and you're just bang, 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 and you can dump a whole clip on them in literally less than 5 seconds. And basically the same as a shotgun, you know. You're firing multiple projectiles in a very, very short time. And I got my pistol score up and unlocked the 454 in a very, very short time. Okay, so now we're coming down onto this lake here. We can see it's, again, going to be sparser vegetation. We should not really have so much underbrush like we did on one or two of the other lakes. So hopefully we'll luck out and find some zones down here. If not, at least again we'll know to eliminate this area too. You know, we got this one with nothing really around it, but we have plenty more to check. There's these 3 lakes here. There's this one very small one out in the boonies, but I have heard that is a place to check. We have the other half of this lake that we did so well with the whitetail. We have these little ones here, this one out here out in the boonies. So there is definitely a lot of scouting that we need to do yet. Except we found 2 very good places for whitetail and 1 okay place for whitetail. I would definitely like to have 1 or 2 more spots, even if it's only 1 zone for whitetail to know that we can go there and be pretty sure that we're going to have something to shoot that we want. Okay, so far not looking too great. Not getting any warning calls. Not seeing any tracks. Not seeing any zone markers. Yeah, at least we're getting our exercise today, huh, Gunner? We're getting our walk on. And our run. Again, we want to be alert for these big cacti, that we don't want to run into them and take any damage. Minor damage, though it may be. We don't want to waste our... We don't want to have to use a first aid kit for cactus spines. Oh man, there's one right there. I thought that was a tree trunk. It is very, very cool that the game designers, you know, you do have like these different variations and biome types here in Mexico. Like I said before, most people, when you think of Mexico, you think of just the desert. But yeah, there's a lot more here. We got deserts, we got mountains, we have the temperate zones, we have the scrub areas where it's just all bushes. This, see, like here you have a mix of trees, cactus, and some shrubs up there. The lake we were at yesterday was a lot of wide open fields with some patches of trees and underbrush. I give it up to them. It really keeps it from becoming like a cookie cutter game where every animal you kill is going to look exactly the same. Every lake you go to is going to look exactly the same. No, that's not this game. They did some wonderful and a lot of hard work, I'm sure, to get this variation. Gunner, you see anything up there, buddy? Nope. Okay, that's what I thought. But you can tell you this lake is pretty damn big. We'll keep scouting it. So you never know where that trophy's going to be. That big diamond, he could be sitting in a zone down here out of the way. And unless we go check it out and do the work, man, we would never ever know. What's up, buddy? Oh, he's just healing. Okay, I thought he might have found scat or something. He will tell you when he finds scat, which is basically the same as telling you he found tracks. But yeah, just beautiful, beautiful scenery. And just keep on moving here. So far it looks like we will be eliminating this lake too. We will not be wasting any time here in the future unless things get drastically better. Especially having to pick our way through all these giant killer cacti. Yeah, we had us a great hunt yesterday. It was our first bow hunt. If you didn't get to see it live, you can check it out on YouTube. Gray Hair Gamers, our channel name there, as well as on Twitch. and we had a pretty good time. I don't even like I said, in real life, I don't really care for stand hunting. But there at that lake we were at yesterday, there was always something coming through, something walking through the area, whether it be the deer or the bighorn sheep or the ringnecks. There was a lot of activity going on. Okay, now there's a warning call. That's at least some type of positive sign. It's mule deer, but it's not exactly what we were looking for. We were hoping to find the whitetail, but maybe we'll luck out and find a zone at least for mule deer up here. Find something. So we're not really concerned about spooking the animals right now, because their zone, if they're at a zone, the zone does. Yep, there he goes. There he is, right there. That's a doe. Oh, that one's a doe. That one's a doe. That one's a doe. You guys even have a male with you. He might have been leading the pack. He may be already up over the hillside already. And are you? We can't. Yeah, I keep forgetting I do not have that perk anymore that lets me spot animals from a scope. I can only do it from our glasses. I wanted to see if these guys were traveling or what their status was. And we got mule deer up here too. And I think maybe we can get lucky and walk up the edge of this rock. Maybe not. Nope. And down we slide. Okay, luckily we didn't take any damage. Yeah, finding some mule deer zones would be cool. But like I said, our main purpose is for the whitetail, just for the great one. We need to keep putting in that work and setting up for that whitetail grind. Now, I did see a clip of a video today. I'm thinking it was maybe BS. There's a very slim chance that it was real, what it claimed to be, but someone posted a video saying that it was like literally their first day on Rancho, and like the first white-tailed deer they ran into happened to be a great one. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm gonna call bullshit on that one, because like I said, I've seen people on here that I know the game. They've got skills when it comes to taking the shots and landing the shots, and I've known people that have taken 1,000, 2,000, even 3,000 whitetail out before they saw a great one. So while there is a chance, snowball's chance in hell, but there is a slim chance that could be true, that the dude, just strolling around randomly, first day on the map, ran into a great one. I find it very, very hard to believe. Okay, this part, like I said, the scouting can suck. It's not nearly the most fun part of hunting, and it can be frustrating sometimes. You gotta power through it. You gotta get get that time in. Now this looks like a cliff. Well, yeah, close to a cliff. And a cliff there, we may be stuck because we cannot go in very deep water. I think you can go into the water. I think it's between knee deep and waist deep. After that, if you try to go in any further, the game will teleport you to the nearest shore. Same way with the four-wheeler, you cannot go in very deep water. It will actually kick you off the four-wheeler and will damage it, if I remember correctly. You can sit there and watch your four-wheeler start burning in the water and will explode. Okay, so there we got some more of these mule deer. They must all be hanging. They must all be hanging up on the tops of these rises. Up in here. I don't know. If we could have got up to this spot, I suspect that there is a hunting outpost there that would get us in and let us hunt this top area, because, you know, I mean, we had a very, very difficult time getting up these steep embankments. You can see they are almost impossible to climb. So that may be the only way to hunt that area, is to circle around like that, go in from the top. Looks like we're hitting a little bit of the lag too, the Rancho lag, and that's also mule deer. What's up, Gunner? What are you calling about? What are you barking for? Come on, buddy. Gunner even had a good day yesterday. We managed, with our kills, we could spot them. We didn't really need Gunner to track them, but we did have him track anyhow. So it was free experience for him, and he ended up leveling up as a companion, as well as a tracker in yesterday's episode. So it was good all the way around. Yeah, we're definitely hitting a bit of the Rancho lag. Hopefully they'll have a hot fix for that soon. They've done pretty well with some of the issues, minor issues that they had on the other maps, in a very, very quick manner. But for right now, there's not much we can do. We just kind of have to suck it up. So yeah, 1 hour into our adventure, and we have not even fired one shot. Okay, there is a watchtower up there. Where is that at? That is... okay, that's this one we see. Okay. Okay, so let's go on. Let's keep on moving around the lake here. How we doing? We still got a lot of rough terrain to cover. Ugh, this is getting ugly. I don't think I want to slog through all that. So I think we're going to jump out of here and go somewhere else. We can go down to this shoreline, but here, this is like a topo terrain map. You can see this is very rough terrain here. This isn't too bad out here. And as well, this isn't too bad. So we may come back. I think we're going to jump to here and either head to this lake, or better yet, down to these lakes. Yeah, we're going to get out of here for now. This has been a bust. But say to make a positive out of it, we know not to waste our time there anymore. We basically need 1, 2 more areas where we can find some whitetail zones, and we should be gold. We'd be able to start our rotation of the areas that we do know, especially if we go in and put up, excuse me, especially if we go in and put up, tripods. That was the word I was thinking of. I had a total brain fart there for a second. But if we can get into a couple good areas, like I said, the one we were at yesterday, we found one of the maps, tree stands, hunting stands, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's a misnomer calling it a tree stand because it's not built on a tree. It's freestanding. So we lucked out to have a tree or elevated hunting stand right next to a lake and a couple very, very good whitetail zones. So we don't need to put a tripod there, but there's other places where we can use them. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to do a little navigating up. Looks like we can go up this side, up around. Looks like we might be able to go up there or up over here. Well, let's take the closest one and roll up this side. Now, we did have a little bit of luck at these lakes. You can see we built up some hunting pressure, but we're already starting to erase it. We found us a whitetail drink zone down here at the bottom, the southern end of that lake. And as well, we found a whitetail feed zone. That was actually our first feed zone we found for them. And we had mentioned before that each map, the animal species have different schedules. That on Layton, they would drink like 12:30 to like 3 or 3:30. Here it's 8:30 to 11:30. It's a lot earlier in the morning, and they actually eat before they drink. So they are eating at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, very, very early, and a total opposite of what their schedule was on Layton. So we'll keep on running here. We gotta find those, we gotta find them whitetail zones somewhere. Eventually we're gonna run out of lakes to scout. And I, for one, will not be sad. I will not shed a tear when it comes to that, that's for sure. Okay, now we may have to switch back and forth here a little bit, just to get up through some of this rougher terrain. But we're making pretty decent time getting up here. And again, just the beautiful, beautiful vistas, the beautiful terrain. And being that I've played games such a long, long time now, one thing that I truly, truly enjoy is like when we're up here on this cliff and we stare down here at this shore and we see these shrubs and bushes. If we were to run down there, they would look exactly the same as they did from up here. A lot of older games that they would show you these lush vistas off in the distance, and then when you ran down to them, they were completely different. It was just to, give you that illusion of the distance, where this game really does it. Each bush, each tree, each rock is mapped out, has its own specific location, and it's always going to be there, you know. And that's pretty amazing for me, you know, considering that my first video game, I played Pong. I played Pong on a Radio Shack system, was my first gaming system. After that, I got a Bally home system. And if you're much younger than me, first off, you're asking what's Pong. Second, you're asking what's Radio Shack, and third, you're asking what's Bally. Well, Bally back in the days of the 80s and the late 70s were the company that built the large arcade machines. When you actually went to a game arcade, you didn't have the option to play at home. And leaving reserve, turning back. What? I can't get out to that lake. Wow, okay. Okay, looks like we're gonna get respawned here. So we can cross that lake off too. That is out of the area. Looks like this is the border right here. Wow, okay. I wonder if we should still be able to get down to this one at least. Alright, so let's jump back. Let's jump back to this one, grab us a four-wheeler, and head off to another lake. Huh. I thought that went much further. What time of day is it? 3:10. Okay. So, alright, well, we can at least jump up and, okay, check out this lake. But before we do that, see our little spot here, our little highlighted spot at the end of a trail. I'm thinking that's another reserve. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump on a four-wheeler, and we're going to head up for this roadway here, and we're going to check that out, and then go scout that lake. Now, even though we got a four-wheeler and we left it sitting at that other hunting outpost, we can still teleport it in here. It's not a big deal. Okay, and where is our waypoint? There it is. Okay. Alright, again, the four-wheelers do get loud. This is your warning. This is your warning. If you're wearing headphones or have the volume turned up, you may want to turn it down a little bit right now. I'm even going to turn my headphones down a little bit. They are very loud. And yeah, we're going to do a little cross country. Again, now we really want to avoid these big cactus. We also want to avoid running into trees and big rocks, because they can do some pretty substantial damage to your four-wheeler, especially when you're going really fast. And you can get moving pretty good, even out here in the backcountry, but you got to watch out for them rocks. They will stop you dead. The trees do not move. They will stop you dead. So I usually take my time a little bit, but you can, like I said, you can go cross country, go off-road on the four-wheeler. Now the shrubs you can usually go right through, but the tree trunks will stop you. Okay, here's our road. So we want to circle on up. We want to keep on following this road, making our best time. Look out of the way, Gunner! Look out of the way, buddy boy. Again, you cannot hurt your dog. You cannot run him over with a four-wheeler. I think it actually stops the four-wheeler like you smack into a tree. You cannot shoot your dog. It will not allow you to pull the trigger. So, he's very, very safe. No animals were harmed in the making of this video game. A little public service announcement. And here with the four-wheeler, you can see that it's not super powerful. It's not like a race quad or anything. It may not get you around everywhere at 100 miles an hour, but you will get there. Just eating up the yards, eating up the miles here. If we were to have walked this, yeah, we would have been out here for another half hour, possibly 45 minutes. And we can do it in 5 minutes in our quad. Okay, so we want to now go to right there where that trail cuts off and takes us up here. And we want to be looking for our road here, our trail off here somewhere. Did we pass it up? Okay, we may have, we'll put a waypoint up there. Oh, it's up here. And we'll go off-roading it if we need to. Said I'm pretty sure that's a hunting outpost up here. Gunner, buddy, come on. Oh, there's a zone, and we took a little bit of damage. Hit something. What zone is this? Mexican bobcat. Okay. Those, they make some incredible trophies, especially when you get the rare fur types. Oh, they're gorgeous. Okay, there's our question mark, and at 50 meters, ooh, yes, we have a hunting outpost. Awesome. And there we took cactus damage again. Okay, so there we're done with our four-wheeler for a little bit. We can turn our sound back up. Let's claim this outpost. Good deal. Now we can fast travel here. And we are relatively close to this lake. Not right on top of it. Not like this one down here where we were literally like 100 meters from it. But that's not too bad. So let's go scout this little lake down here. It looks like it's got cliffs all the way around it. So that may help to keep any animals that are down in there. You know, we had a hard time climbing up some of the steep embankments. Maybe some of these animals will as well. Yeah, here we can see, looks like we got trees around the edge. It looks like the shoreline is not too bad. It's not like the embankments go right down into the water. It does look like there is a bit of a shoreline. So let's cross our fingers here that we find some zones. Yeah, the first time I played this when I had the four-wheeler, like I said, I play on with headphones on, so I can tell when like I hear an animal walking through the brush, and I can tell the direction a lot better. And I crank the volume, you know, maximum volume to hear every little thing. And then when the first time I jumped on that four-wheeler, man, it almost blasted my eardrums out. It is incredible how loud they are. Now this looks like one of the smaller lakes. El Potrero. Okay. We do have some trees and cover down in there. Doesn't look like it's too thick with underbrush. I mean, there's some shrubs, bushes, but does not look as thick as some of the places we've been. I mean, we've been in a couple places where you literally couldn't see more than, 10, 15 feet out in front of you because of all the underbrush. We've had deer walk up to, 5, 10 feet from us and didn't know they were there just because they were on the other side of a thick bush. Okay, say maybe we can find some animals in their zones, but so far nothing yet. With all the animals that are on this map, all the different species, and just the sheer number of animals that we find, they can't all be hanging out at 3 lakes, you know? We have to find some more zones for drinking somewhere or another. I don't think we found more than one lake we found four drink zones, and we suspected a 5th one. But so far that's been like the highest. Whoa, what the fuck was that? One of the little peccary. One of the little pigs, and there's more of them. Come on, get me my shotgun, or get me my bow up here, man. Come on. They're running right through here at us. So that is the disadvantage with these guys. They stick in this shrubbery, but we got one here stuck glitching out on a tree, and he just disappeared. But yeah, these little things, while they're not they can go aggressive. They can try to run you down. They don't do a whole lot of damage. But yeah, you can see we took a quarter of our health off right there. So apparently there's peccary around this lake, and they are worth a surprising bit of cash when you take them. We can shoot them with our M1 and pass the harvest checks for them. I was just trying to use the crossbow to reduce that hunting pressure, and being that they were such short range. But man, they're quick little buggers. Okay, so let's take a look here. We're down at the shore of this lake now. That almost looks like something right there, but I can't zoom in anymore to tell. Not really seeing so far any other animals. That's 328 meters. That should still be within the game's render distance. Okay, but yeah, you can see how it kind of flattens out down here at the lake shore. So we could put up a tripod down on this area. We just have to watch out for the trees. So let's start running. Let's start scouting this out. See what we find. Okay, it's just a break in the trees. So we don't want to be exactly right on the shoreline, but we don't want to be too far away from it either. We want to scout this whole little zone from the shoreline to about 30 meters back. That if there's a drink zone, we should find it in there. Let's have a little look out here. Now this is too far away to see the actual zone signs, but like I said, if we find an animal and he's using a zone and we spot him, we can discover the zone as well. So let's keep on moving here. These lakes are not going to scout themselves. No one's going to do the work for us. We got to do it ourselves. Okay, we're getting off. I forgot this is one of the smaller lakes. I've gotten kind of used to some of the lakes we've scouted here being very large. So let's head back towards the shore a little bit more. Get back in the zone that we want to be in. Okay, here we go. Now we're back on track. Here's one of these areas that's got the thicker underbrush, and you can see how much it limits your visibility. So when you're hunting through areas like this, like we're just scouting, we're not really hunting it. We're just scouting it. But when you're hunting areas like this, you really need to take your time and use your ears. Because literally, we could have a monster buck right there, 20 meters from us, and we wouldn't see him. That's when you count on hearing those footsteps, even getting the warning calls are a good indication you got something at least close to you. Gunner, buddy, he leveled up. We need to check your stats. But first, I think he's not going to hold still. Yeah, let's check his stats out because he leveled up again. He leveled up twice yesterday. So we want to go down to our hunting dog. Again, that tab won't be there unless that dog is out with us and being active. Yeah, Gunner is up to level 18 out of 30 in companion and level 9 out of 15 in tracker. So we should have, yes, we got one more trait. We're level 15 trait. We can howl like a wolf on... Oh, we had this unlocked before. We just didn't... I thought we had picked one. A dog is better picking up scent from a smaller blood clot. I thought we had gotten that already. We talked, the other one was about the ability to howl like a wolf on command. I thought we had unlocked those. Huh. Strange. Okay, those are Gunner's footsteps. Yeah, wow, we're not finding... Again, another lake finding nothing. Okay, that is white-tailed deer. This is better. And that's a mating call, too, that he did not detect us. But with the mating call, he could, like I say, still be up to 100, 150 meters away from us. But at least we're here in the species we want. And we also saw some very old Mexican bobcat, scat. So at least there's been something in here. We will use a little bit of our axe. Our scent blocker there. And we're going to go ahead and use our first aid kit. Okay, let's keep moving, Gunner. Yeah, we have very, very limited visibility here. That's why I'm going basically what I call full stealth. Hit a crouch with our scent blocker on. So we want to hear those. We want to hear those footsteps when we're in close. Yeah, there he's getting closer. And that is still a mating call. So sit, Gunner. We're going to walk on up here solo, so any noises that we hear will be this whitetail and not yours. Now this is getting off our path just a little bit, but this is the species we want, so we gotta investigate at least a little bit here. And we're not seeing tracks yet. But when they call, that was one thing that frustrated me badly when I first started playing this game, is I would hear like even a warning call, mating call, and it would literally sound like it was, there we go, there we go, there we go, and there's a couple bucks too. Are they traveling? It does not say what they're doing. They're heading further up on the hillside. There we go. Feed zone located. Awesome. So now we can shoot you. One we can take. It's just when we got greedy at a couple of lakes and we were taking... Well, the one lake we took like 4 or 5 whitetail out of one group, and the second lake where we erased the zone, we were actually shooting the peccaries, or peccaries. And even though we were not shooting whitetail, we erased a whitetail zone because we took too many animals in total, and you know, got too much of that hunting pressure. We got greedy and we paid for it. Okay, so at least we found a whitetail zone today, man. I was starting to wonder. Then 3 animals use this zone, and right there, boom, our M1, the deer slayer, is on it. 1 shot, 1 kill. Okay, some free XP for Gunner. We were a little high. I think the neck does count. Yeah, Gunner, calm down. I think... Yeah, the neck, the spine does count as a vital organ. Okay, Gunner, dude, chill. We found it. Okay. And yeah, that's not too far off this lake. But yeah, look at that hunting pressure. We shot 1 animal and we're already up into purple level. Yesterday we were here and we shot like 5 or 6, I think. And we got the barest hint of purple. You can see it makes a big difference. Using those tree stands, using those tripods. Okay, so let's get back down towards the shore a little more. So we know whitetail are in the area. At least, well, 3 of them. Well, now 2 of them. We killed 1. He'll respawn, though. That zone will be back to 3. So hopefully they will have a drink zone around here as well. We may have to go do a little multiplayer on Rancho and get on someone else's map just to see where their zones are, and then we come check them out for ourselves on our map. Because while each map is individual, is different, at least it might give us a clue where to look, you know. You know, it looks like this is a, I was hoping it would have been a tree stand up here, but it looks like it is a lure object. Because, man, yeah, look, if we put a tripod up here. We'll try it. Okay. So that got us a little bit of XP. Let's see if we can put our tripod up here. Okay, see, it's not red. So there it's red. But see, now we can place that up here. And we can climb up in it. And then here's the bag. Like on the tent, you had a bag right at the door to dismantle and take it down. That one's right there. So now let's climb up here and have us a look. You can see now we got like an extra 2 meters of height. So we could get a really pretty decent view. Now this far lake shore is a little out of range, even for the M1, but you know, we could still hunt half of this. As well as hunt all these, all this woods down here. But with no zones in it, we're not really going to find what we're looking for, I don't think. So A to exit, and let's pick it up and take it on with us. Again, with the tripods and things, I believe it's the same as the tents, that you can have up to, I believe it's 10 or 16. I'm not exactly sure. It's at least 10, could be as high as 16 per map. But even when you buy the DLC, you only get a few of them for free. The rest you have to buy with in-game money. So to set up 16 of them on one map would still take you quite a bit of in-game money. Oh, that's very fresh. That means he's only been through here a minute or two ago. So you would have to spend some real cash to get the DLC, and then spend quite a lot of in-game cash to have up to 16 of them. And still seeing no zones. Nothing comes to this lake to drink, apparently. How are we doing here? We're getting there. We're almost got this scouted out. And aside from that one whitetail eating zone, which was basically on the side of a hill, very difficult to get to, very difficult to see the animals when they're in the zone. I don't even think that would make this lake worth coming back to. What do we got up here? We got something else. We got us our question mark here. Again, we'll get to 50 meters, and there's a stand. This is again one of the permanent ones that you pay in-game cash for. Ooh, hello. Bighorn Sheep. Okay, sit, Gunner. Maybe we can get a shot with our crossbow. So, like I said, it's lucky to find this. It's in a beautiful area, but with no zones around, very few tracks. You really have to consider whether you want to spend the money. This is 2100, so this is going to be like the one we were in yesterday. That's up off the ground, up on the stilts. Oh man, yeah, we did not have a very good day scouting today, that's for sure. And we've been at this over an hour and a half. Daylight's. Oh man, he's like right up here. There I can see footprints. And I hear some footsteps, I think. But we're not seeing anything in this brush. Yeah, we got footsteps over here. Multiple animals. Be nice if we could end this episode on a high note. Yeah, there's their zone. Okay. That's probably going to be these sheep. And there's their zone marker. Unfortunately, like I said, there is no call or scent lure to draw these guys in. You just have to do it old school and track them down. Yeah, I hear you. I just can't see you. But if I see you, I'm going to take a shot at you. And here comes Jake back up to us. Sit, buddy. But in this situation, having this thick underbrush kind of works for us too. Right there we go. And that's a deer. Oh shit, okay. Boom. That's a dead whitetail. And there's another. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we found our zone. That's Bighorn Sheep. Right in the back of the head. And there's our Bighorn Sheep. As well as, is that turkey? That's pheasant. Okay, now you can see we're getting some dark purple there. So we're not going to take anything else here. We got us one buck right in the back of the head, so that is going to be a count as ruining a trophy organ. But we leveled up. There's our bird. This is still Bighorn Sheep zone. Here's our doe, right in the neck. So you can see there, maybe it would be worth it. You know, you got these zones right here. Maybe it would be worth it to purchase that tree stand. Okay, so I think we're gonna get ready to finish up this episode. It's about my dinner time, and I'm cooking barbecue chicken tonight, so I gotta get to work. So I think we're gonna leave it at that. We ended off on 3 quick kills. Boom, boom, boom. And so from me and from Gunner the Wonder Dog, I am the Gray-Haired Gamer saying thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. And as always, if you want to catch any of the past episodes, they are pretty packed with advice and tips and tricks for the new and the seasoned hunter alike. If you want to check them out, check out the Twitter, check out our Twitch, check out the YouTube, and you'll find all the past episodes there. So until next time, hunter, keep your eyes on that prize. Keep looking for that diamond. Keep looking for that great one, and eventually you will find them. So until next time, take care.